today, which is a panel discussion on playing it straight, keeping cricket clean. I'm sure everyone is looking forward to this very interesting session on cricket, India's greatest passion after politics.
Is in it. We're just about 3 or 4 days away from a very important BCCI SGM, which will decide the next leadership of the BCCI, and also the management within cricket and IPL as well. The problem with talking about cricket, of course, is that in India, everybody knows exactly what's wrong with it. Everybody follows it. Everybody knows exactly what the solution is. But today, I think we have a very illustrious panel who knows more than most people about what we should be doing or should not be doing. We have Krishnamachari Srikkanth, swashbuckling opening batsman of his time, former India captain, also the chairman of selectors, formerly of the 2011 World Cup winning team, also someone who's been intimately involved with the IPL in various capacities, a cricket commentator. We have Mr. Arun Lal, also a former India test batsman, played 16 tests for India, 13 ODIs, but someone whose heart also really bleeds for domestic cricket. He was part of the resurgence of Bengal and the East Zone in the Ranji Trophy in the 80s and 90s. And Mr. Venky, Mysore, the CEO and MD of Kolkata Knight Riders, the first IPL franchise, if I may say so, which broke even and actually made a profit. Also CEO of Red Chillies Entertainment, and someone who's also played cricket for Madras University, if I'm not wrong. What we'll do is there are three starting questions that we've put out for this session. How can the IPL be cleaned up and be a model for other leagues? How can cricket be made transparent and accountable to the cricket watching public and the paying public? And how can the influence of betting be removed from cricket and the IPL? To frame this debate, essentially, the sports market in India has sort of increased fivefold in the last 5 years. We've had a profusion of leagues. Cricket remains the biggest player in the bullpen, of course. But other leagues, in terms of TV viewership, are in striking distance as well, like the ISL, the Pro Kabaddi League. What can we do to restore the credibility of cricket and the way forward? If I can ask Mr. Srikkanth to open the batting for us, please.
Hi friends, how do I put it? Okay, my good friend Piggy Lal, who was my erstwhile partner for the Indian cricket team, and my good friend, you all call him Venky Mysore, I call him Mysore number Besanagar Alida, Nambal Venky. Hi Nalin, and first of all I'd like to thank Shiv for inviting me over for this function to come and speak about in the AIMA's 42nd National Management Convention. Guys, you'll have to understand one thing. In life, I played cricket. I played cricket for the passion. I mean, cricket was never my, in the younger days, I wanted to be an engineer. I mean, as usual, coming from a typical middle-income family from Chennai, the focus is on studies. I never wanted to be a cricketer, but then it was God's grace that my passion, end of the day, I wouldn't call it a profession. Cricket is still my passion. And as you all know in cricket, the best way to play cricket is play cricket with a straight bat. I mean, even in the younger days, even in the 2020s today, even in the test matches, in whatever form you see the maximum number of sixes scored. It will be only in this region. Long on, long off, straight. So the moment you try to play across the line, that means you break the rules of the game, you're going to be in trouble. Okay, you might, out of, say, 20 shots, 3 shots across the line, which they call, in Tamil they call it kati, in Hindi they call it adateda shot, whatever you call it, but across the line in English, a cross-batted shot in the cricketing terms, you might hit a couple of sixes, but don't forget, you are bound to get out. The chances of getting out is very, very high. And you see all the great cricketers, be it Sunil Gavaskar, be it Gundappa Vishwanath in our days, and nowadays Sachin Tendulkar, or Rahul Dravid, even Virat Kohli you see now of the modern day cricket. Everybody, all these guys are brilliant in the straight batted shots. So the best way to play cricket, in my opinion, is play it straight, play it fair, and play it square. And as Nalin said very rightly in his opening speech, I think the best thing to do is bring in more transparency. Let everybody know what's happening. Let the whole world know what's happening. In fact, when I was the chairman of selection committee, don't forget these turbulent times will always bound to be there in our country. Be it business, be it our personal lives, be it cricket. Don't you think all of us have these turbulent times? Yes or no? But then we all have to have the conviction that everything will be all right, everything will be fine, everything will be sorted out. Do you all have the conviction or not? I have the conviction. As a former captain, as a former chairman, I always believe that end of the day, whatever all the wrong things are happening, everything will be straightened out. Because as I said, you cannot keep playing cross-batted shots. You have to end of the day play straight. And I always believe the maximum number of sixes, even in 2020 cricket, you all seen the IPL matches, right? The maximum number of sixes are scored where? Easiest shot, long on, long off. You see the number of straight sixes Kris Gayle scores. He's probably got the maximum number of sixes in IPL. Venky, you're the right guy to tell me that. Yes? Out of 90% of his shots will be on, long off or straight sixes. So I think the best way to do is, as you said rightly, is bring in transparency. I mean, as the chairman of the selection committee, I made sure that whenever the selection meeting took place, I attended a press conference. Because the public at large has to know. I mean, they'll ask you questions. Yes, they'll ask you tricky questions. They'll put you in a spot. They'll ask you all kinds of questions. But then as the chairman or as a leader, all of us take that responsibility and say, man, this is what. They'll ask you a question. Why did you not select X? Why you selected Y? Why you selected Z? As a chairman, the worst job in cricket, I can assure you, is being the chairman of selection of committee for India. I can assure you that much. 150% I can tell you that. Because, see, there are three guys who are going to be equally good. A, B, C. If you say A, why not B and C? If you see C, why not A and B? But then, when the public at large, when the people like you, what are we cricketers today? Past, present and future. It's all thanks to people like you guys. It's thanks to cricket-loving public of India. If any cricketer is popular, famous or made a lot of money, it's only people, the public of India. So if the public of India is going to be fooled, then someday or other, something's going to happen, right? And I think that is going to happen always. That's why I said, you cannot keep playing cross-batted shots. You will get out. You will get a top edge, the ball will go up, and you will get caught. But then, as I said, in our country, don't forget, I think people with conviction, people with straightforward nature will always come forward and say, we will sort out things. These turbulent times in cricket have happened in the past. Probably it's happened in the recent past. But don't forget, that will all get sorted out. It has to get sorted out. Because I always believe the game of cricket is bigger than any individual. The game of cricket is bigger than any team. The game of cricket is bigger than any administrator. So the game of cricket itself will take care of itself. None of us will have to do anything, don't worry. You and I are not going to have a magic wand and say, man, I've done it. I've cleaned up cricket. I've done this, I've done that. No, don't worry. Man, the game of cricket, it's a God by itself. It is God for us. It is a religion in a country. So let's all have the belief and the conviction. As Preeta was telling in her speech, she was saying that it's all about conviction. And I think Mr. Rajiv Bajaj also in his speech spoke about conviction. It's all about conviction. Let's all have the conviction that the game of cricket on its own will clean it up on its own. You and I don't have to do anything special. You will see it happening shortly. It will definitely happen. That is my belief. I am a very person who believes in positive things happen and positive things will happen. All of us are seeing it day in and day out. As Nalin said, we get a lot kind of news. But then, don't worry. Don't worry. Be happy is what I would say. It will all happen. But only one sentence I want to talk on. Leadership in times of high expectations, though it is not my topic. I'm not supposed to be talking about it. But that is something kind of related to this is, yes, This is where strong leadership counts. This is where strong, well, who is a strong leader? A guy who's got conviction, as was Preeta was saying in her, final speech. This is where we'll have to believe that a country like ours, the expectations are high. As Nalin said, the cricket sponsorship, or the lady who introduced said, has gone multifold from what it was some time back. Yes, when we played cricket, what you compare today, that's thing, but then we should not compare at all. I'm so happy about it. That's the way we have to move on to changes in times. We have to adapt ourselves. I think that is what Rajiv Bajaj said very rightly. Adapt ourselves to what's happening and move on with it. In 2011, when we were playing the World Cup in India, imagine the high expectations of the public of India. There are 1 billion people praying for India to win. I said, when 1 billion people can pray for India, definitely India has to win. That is what you will have to have the belief as a team, or as the chairman of the selection committee, or as the captain of the team. When imagine 1 billion people praying, man, that energy itself is enough. So at times of high expectations, you will have to deliver. And then what happens? Sometimes you cannot deliver. In April of 2011, they said, Srikkanth, you are the greatest chairman. You are a wizard. You are deadly, brilliant, everything. Don't forget, just 4 months later, July, September of 2011, we got thrashed in England 4-0. Who was blamed? When we won, the team gets the credit, which is naturally due. But when you lose badly, the chairman gets thrashed. That is also naturally due. But that is what a leader has to do. At times of expectations, when things go well, give it to the team. When things don't go well, man, you take up the responsibility. And I don't know, I'm sure some of you must have seen the television interviews where I get blasted. Yeah, I think you selected the wrong team. Even Mr. Arun Lal must have said in his speeches, wherever he wanted to, these guys selected the wrong team, blah, blah, blah. You have to say it for the news sake, my dear friend. I know you said it. There's nothing wrong in it. I'll have to say it today. When I do my news shows and see it happen, I'll have to curse a guy like Arun Lal, who was the chairman, probably. But that is part and parcel of news, part and parcel of cricket. So, at times of high expectations, accept praises and, of course, thrashings in the same stride, then you will move on in life successfully. The same thing in cricket. This is a time where don't forget high expectations from the public of India that everything will be started on cricket. I can assure you it will happen automatically. Good luck. God be with you guys. Oh, sorry. That's good luck.
Cricket last.
May I ask Mr. Arun Lal to be the second speaker? We'll have two opening batsmen and then we'll go to Mr. Venky Mysore.
Very good evening to you all, and extremely grateful for the opportunity to be standing here before you. Chika, as we know him and adored him and loved him for what he did for everybody with that cricket bat, he kept it simple. He kept everything simple when he played cricket, and he's kept everything simple, and it's a tough act to follow. But talking about conviction, before I come to the topic in hand, there is one fabulous sentence which has created champions. I'm sure most of you would be aware of this particular sentence. There was a gentleman called Charles Paddock who in 1920 said that he wanted to be the fastest man on earth. And he wasn't a very tall man. He was about 5'7", 5'8", and he was a magnificent athlete. And they said to him, everybody, his coach, his family, his friends, and everybody told him that, hey, you're a surefire winner of the gold medal if you do the 5,000 meters or the 10,000 meters. But he said, it's my dream, it's my passion to be the fastest man on earth. And to cut a long story short, he carried on, he sacked his coach, he trained on his own. He was a loner for a long while. But in the Olympics, 1920, I think it was Helsinki, he came out with the gold medal. And those people who were watching, they saw just a whir of legs. They couldn't even see his strides because every one stride of his opponent was probably, more than 1.5 of his. And yet he went on to win the gold medal. And he said this one particular sentence, which sort of epitomizes conviction. If you think you can, you can. It's a very simple sentence, a very powerful one, created lots of champions after him. And, it's been the thing that people follow when they are preparing in the sports arena. If you think you can, you can. And that's basically conviction. So basically coming down to our topic today, sport. I'm not only talking about the IPL or cleaning up the IPL or cricket in particular. Sport, the world over, is ridden with corruption as well. It's not as though everybody is corrupt. There will be the odd deviant in every walk of life, in every field of endeavor that you pursue. You will come across the deviant, but that doesn't mean that sport in itself is corrupt. There will be a few. It's a reflection of our society. It's who we are and where we come from. In fact, gambling, betting, a little bit of corruption, match fixing, all this is not something that started with the IPL, and it's not going to die with it either. It's going to be there. It's our endeavor that we try and contain it to the best of our abilities. And as we move forward, that is what the BCCI and everybody else involved with the game is also endeavoring to do. Now, basically, when I talk about 3 or 4 things that I feel would be in line in trying to get and to achieve our goals. One, basic thing is education of players. It's counseling of players. It's the players, they're caught in this entire scenario a lot before they become stars. They get caught in, they get befriended by unscrupulous elements.